Okay, Math 116, this is Chapter 10, Video 3. Hopefully this will be short. We're going to wrap up division of complex numbers. Now, when we left off on Video 2, we had just completed this example of dividing these two binomials that were complex numbers and required using the conjugate, multiplying and dividing by the conjugate. Let's do one more example, example 2. So again, the key is when you notice you're dividing by a complex number, you need to multiply top and bottom by the conjugate. And recall that the division bar is a grouping symbol. And so you're really foiling the two binomials being multiplied together and foiling the two expressions in the numerator. So 3 times 3 is 9. The middle terms drop out because you're using a plus and a minus, and your final term is minus j squared. In this case, we know j squared is the equivalent of -1, so we're really doing 9 minus -1, which delivers a denominator of the value 10. 9 minus -1 equals 10. Now for the numerator, you have to FOIL again, and you get 12 plus 4j minus 18j minus 6j squared. Again, be careful, double check your values. The middle terms combine to create minus 14j, and the minus 6j squared is really the equivalent of positive 6. 12 plus 6 yields 18, and then you have minus 14j, all divided by 10. Now this has not been simplified. I'm going to show you how to simplify it to be a fraction and also decimals. So you're going to divide each of the terms in the numerator by 10. So 18 divided by 10, if you want to simplify that to a fraction, is going to be 9 over 5. Negative 14j over 10 will simplify to be negative 7j over 5. And that could be written as 9 minus 7j over 5 if you want. You typically won't see it written in either of these fashions. Instead, you'll see it written as the equivalent 1.8 minus 1.4j. And if you don't know how to convert those to decimals, you can use your calculator on each one. But I did 18 divided by 10, which I know is 1.8, and negative 14 divided by 10, which is negative 1.4j. And that's going to be your usual method of displaying your answer. In your calculator, make sure you're using complex number mode. Select the correct mode, and then you can use j and the expression in your calculator, and it should yield this. Now, example 3, we have 0 plus 12j and 0 plus 3j in the denominator. You can simplify the numerator to just be 12j. The denominator simplifies to be 3j. j divided by j makes 1, and you have 12 divided by 3 is 4. If you were required to write this as a complex number, it would have a real component of 4 and an imaginary component of 0j. Finally, one more example here. 6 plus 0j does simplify to be just 6. And in the downstairs, you have simplified expression 2j. Now, yes, you can do 6 divided by 2 to yield 3, but you still have j in the denominator, and this is not considered fully simplified. So to fully simplify it, multiply by j divided by j. And why does that work? Because j squared is equal to -1, and we know 3 times j is 3j. You'd further simplify this by just bringing the negative value to the numerator, and your final expression here is -3j. I would like to make sure that we're comfortable simplifying division problems where you have monomial as the divisor. So again here, if you're going to be converting this to a decimal, that's one way to do it. 6 divided by 10 plus 7j divided by 10. And you probably recognize that 6/10 is the same as 0.6, and 7/10 can be written as its decimal equivalent. And this would be the standard way that you would see this. So as long as you have a monomial in the denominator, you can divide each of the terms in the binomial by that monomial. Then on the final one, where we have a bunch of decimals here, you can put this in your calculator, use grouping symbols for the numerator, and then your division key, and then 18.7 as your denominator. You can also split it up into two problems if you choose. So if you're using a Texas Instruments 84 calculator, just a refresher here, make sure that you have converted your calculator to perhaps 2 decimal places, if that is important for you not to have a whole bunch of decimals that you don't need. And also make sure that you have selected, instead of just the real number set, you're going to be working with complex and imaginary numbers as well. And then a reminder that on this calculator, the I key is here down with the decimal key, and you'll need to use second and decimal in order to enter that into your calculator. So when I put that problem into my calculator, this division problem here, I want to make sure that I've entered it properly with my parentheses. My calculator uses the symbol I rather than J, and I'm dividing by 18.7. Because I have converted my number set to include the complex number system, then my answer will be given in A plus BI terms, where this is my real component and negative 1.90 I is the imaginary component. So that's just a little refresher on the calculator skills. This is the end of the videos for Chapter 10 up through 10-5. The next video will pick up with 10-6, working with polar coordinates and converting between rectangular and polar when working with complex numbers.